Hello and welcome to TinkerTanks-WoT. We're in a Tier 7 battle on Overlord in the American T20 Tier 7 Medium tank. This was actually a prototype. Much of its development went into developing the Pershing heavy tank, which then inexplicably became the Pershing medium tank. And it has the 90mm gun from the Tier 6 Hellcat, decently armored mantle, scanty armor elsewhere, and really quite good mobility. It's a pretty decent medium tank. I've quite enjoyed playing it, and we're on the new Overlord map, which is the representation of the coast where the invasion of Normandy happened, the D-Day invasion. Except, of course, we run north-south, because if we tried to run from the beach up onto the land, well, the attacking tanks would pretty much get slaughtered because of all the fortifications. So, moving out, I'm heading down towards the coast. The area you can see on the midwestern portion of the map has a lot of hedgerows with elevated banks and is kind of a pain in the ass to fight. So I'm heading this way, out of Cromwell going the other way, and another Cromwell and a VK-3601 onto the beach. So I'm going to follow after the KV-85 because I know he has a slow rate of fire and could use someone around to keep people's attention probably while he's reloading. Now, interestingly, none of the glitches associated with this map have shown up in this video, thankfully. There is actually a glitch where people spawn at the base in the north with no fuel. So they're stuck in the cap circle and can't move, which would have predictably bad results for them, except that people spawning from the south have a tendency to fall through the map and wind up floating in the air, which, however amusing it is not conducive to fighting effectively. So we've run into several of the enemy tanks and a half-track. God, I thought there were no half-tracks in World of Tanks. No, kidding. It's just a wreck. Oh, and there is bounced a shot off an M4. That's not usual, but he was at a pretty extreme angle. So, got a couple mediums to fight here. Instead, I'll shoot the dirt, because that always works. Ooh. Yeah, that M4, I don't envy him. Yeah, put a good shot into him, 254 damage, takes most of his remaining health. The IS is buggering out down below, but I've still got him and that KV-13. Put a good shot through the side of the turret of that KV-13. KV-13 is a good tank. It's well armored, has a decent gun. It's very well armored for a medium. But I have a good gun. Another 235 damage to him. And it's difficult for me to look at this map and know exactly where people are, and that's the M4's end. Now there's an A43 who's heading down, and a VK-3601 off to the north, but I lose sight of him, and I'm pretty sure that shot did not hit him. It looked like it went pretty high. So, moving up, see what I can see. There's the A43. And he's showing me his track, so I will happily put a shot into it and take his track out. And T-25 has been spotted up north, but he has no line of sight to me. Still got that IS and the enemy A43, and the KV-13 is sneaking up on me, which I will notice at some point. I may have to run into him before I notice. Oh, there he is. Well, if you're a KV-43 on half health, you probably don't want to get in the fight with the T-20 on full health, because it does not go well for him. Oh, I should have killed him with that shot. Well, somebody else got him. Kill denied. Oh well. So, moving down to see if I can get in a position to do something useful. See if I can get a shot down on that A43 or the IS, who are down on the beach now. T-25-2 is moving up, and he takes out our VK, our German heavy. Not good news, but other tanks are closing in. Can I get a shot? Yes, I can, but not if I go too far. And that A-43 can probably put a shot into me if it wasn't distracted, so I've got to get out of here. At this point, we've got the Cromwell up north, dealing with them from an advantageous position. So I think I'm going to bugger off south and see if I can't get down onto the beach to engage that IS. And yes, no falling through the map, but so far at least. Anyway, the T-20 is it's a pretty good tank, but I'm really just using it to grind to the Persian, or at least I thought. I'm actually having a lot of fun on it. I had the T-21 Scout, which is a lightly armed version of this tank with the 76mm M1A2, and I did not have fun on that tank. It was a big, relatively slow Scout with an inadequate gun, but I may revisit it now that I've made an acquaintance with the A-20, because, you know, I'm a better player now. Maybe I'd have more fun with it. So, moving down to the beach. Will I see the IS? Yes, and sooner than I think. Put a shot into him, start backing up, and oh, there's an M3 Sherman, or a Sherman M3, or Sherman 3, British Sherman, behind me. Get another good shot in. He's also shooting at the IS, and the IS, rather stupidly in my opinion, focused on the killing the Sherman instead of me, and lost his tank for it. So, coming back up, because there are still more tanks in play, and oh, I just noticed I am the last tank alive on my team. That isn't a comfortable feeling when you've still got 5 enemies in unknown state and in unknown locations. Not a comfortable, and there's the enemy heavy, the KV-85. He has a slow firing but very powerful gun, which bizarrely bounced a shot off me. So, putting rounds through his weak spots, and he takes a good chunk of my health, but oh, come on, 5 hit points left, really? I'll ram him. And that worked. And there's the A-43. Now an ex-A-43. And there are now, it's now 3-1. A heavy, a medium, and an armored destroyer. And I am not liking my odds, so I'm going to head around this point and I'll come up by the cap circle where hopefully they won't be expecting me. T-25-2 is a pretty dangerous armor destroyer. He's got the same gun I do, and he actually has better armor, and his mobility isn't much worse than mine either. So I can count on him showing up, as you know, I was last spotted over this way, and the cap circle is the logical place for all of us to meet. And I am a one-shot for him, so I am not liking my odds at all. Coming up, look around, move towards the bushes, but before I can get hidden, there he is in all his glory, and he still has 2/3 of his health. So I'm going to back up, drop down, see if I can, maybe maneuver around, get behind him, get more favorable terms for the engagement anyway. And there's VK-3601 on the enemy team, ruining that for me. Put a shot in. Pretty effective. Good shot. Next shot bounces, and I would not have expected that. And the T-22 or T-25-2 corncoffs me from behind, which is kind of what I was afraid of. Good game overall, though. 3,119 damage, 408 spotting damage, handful of ribbons, high caliber medal, and my ace tanker badge on this tank, which I did not have before. So, you know, even though I lost, I really can't complain about this game. The result was pretty good overall. Let's have a look at the team ranking. First on team, not really a surprise, with 4 kills, 763 raw experience, which is pretty good considering that we lost the game. So, That's the T20 and the new Overlord map for you. And the individual score will be coming up momentarily. Any moment now. Theoretically, the way this is set up, I kind of have to set up the timing and guess how long it's going to take for everything. Okay, fired 20 shots, 18 direct hits, 14 penetration. As we mentioned, 3,119 damage. Took 7 hits, 5 of them penetrated, 2 bounced. And, yeah, damage caused by assistance 408. A good game overall. So, that's it for this time. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like below, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.